And these two teams have met once already, so they are more than familiar with one another's tendencies, and maybe more importantly, their weaknesses. It's the Chargers going up against the Broncos. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Tonight, we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the San Diego Chargers and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Simeon on first down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Flowers. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And it's blocked. And the defense has it. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 30. And he brings this all the way back. So forget 7-0. It's 6-2. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 10, Simeon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in the intended receiver. Third down here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Throwing on third down, Simeon. And that's incomplete. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down.
So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Benjamin with it over the middle. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 19 yards there on the pickup. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Completes it to Benjamin. 23 yards on the play. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
They give them 27 yards that time. Good enough for a San Diego first down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that'll be good for a San Diego first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receiver.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, Anderson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. Every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
Here comes the defensive unit now for the Broncos as they get set here. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Now the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky, preach. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. One receiver left, that's Allen. Rivers on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. From the gun, Rivers. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And it's 3rd down.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in a running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra.
And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down.
Let's go! Green, 39!
3rd and long. It's Simeon. Surveying the field. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. 2nd down following the run.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And able to find Green. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Virgil Green, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Time to step aside. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before that. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Chargers a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Going underneath for Gordon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang their hat on? There was one possession. They held them to no score whatsoever. That's what they're going to try and build on and try and slow this team down.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touch. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And now Anderson is slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. Simeon wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man. He finds Sanders. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep. And this is caught at the 20. A gain of 35 that time. And it's a first down for the Broncos.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. As the first half is winding down, and the Broncos get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They go play action here on first down. And right side, Henry's got it. Give them 11 on the gain there. And the Chargers are going to have a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Now 1st and 10, under pressure here, and the ball is picked off. Flowers, the one who would run it back for the score. The lead grows to 4. Chargers line up at the 13. The pass will be completed into coverage, and this play goes for a score. The Chargers push their lead to 11. Chargers with the ball early in the second. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 18. 3rd down at the 41. The connection will be made from the gun. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown, closing that gap to just 11. Chargers have it late in the second. The quick pass, it's complete. And after the short pass, he'll score. Chargers go up by 18. Staying late in the half. Here the pass is completed into coverage, and he ends up at the 19-yard line before he stopped on the play. Staying late in the second. Here we'll get a pass into the end zone, and this play will go for 6, closing that gap to just 11. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get back to Denver with Brandon and Charles.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Rivers. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And the numbers, they sort of do the talking. Great game last week. Sharp again here in this one.
Sometimes you set habits with how you play, don't you? I mean, you start to put things together, you string them together, and the confidence continues to rise. And guess what? We're seeing...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Stevie Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a San Diego score. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They come up in an offset eye. Simeon now to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
On the carry, it's Booker. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
To throw on second is Simeon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Simeon, he's got time in the pocket. Green's got it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. It goes as a pickup of 23. And it'll be first down, Denver.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
To the air again, Simeon. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Now, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Now Simeon. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And McManus able to put it through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. but they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Rivers now to throw on first down. And that is incomplete here. Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. One receiver left, that's Allen. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stevie Johnson was the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done. The
All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Rivers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. 4th down, Rivers. And Allen's got it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Simeon wants to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man here. It's Green. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Desperation time for Simeon on fourth. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, it's Simeon. And Aiken with it over the middle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Again, Simeon. Drops it underneath for Booker. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go, let's go. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he finds his man, Kamar Aiken. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, Simeon. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now Simeon. Incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
This is turning into a bit of a death march here, the 13th play of this drive. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. Simeon. He's got time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. Now 4th down.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And this is caught at the 8. It's a pickup of 17 there. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. Throwing again is Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding, offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
To throw is Simeon. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Simeon throwing again. Looking for someone to throw to. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Karan Reed. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long. It's Simeon. He's going to let it fly. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Here we go. Green,
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Let's go.
Desperation time for Simeon on 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. One man in the backfield is Gordon. And they'll give it to him here. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 1 receiver left, that's Allen. The Chargers go here. It's Rivers finding time. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game,